Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope everyone's staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all going to be fighting that war against the Grey with me tonight. So tonight, we finished those ranges, we just got to do the basing on them. So we're going to start off some horses for our Wild Riders, because the Wild Riders I'm going to be using for this army are going to be the old horses unit, rather than the current Deer Riders. So have them going for. So we'll get started on these. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello there, Jay. Nice to see you, mate. What is everyone working on tonight? Just give us a sec. We're just going to share about that we've gone live. And if hope everyone is doing great and dandy. So we're just going to get a base coat of Caliban green. Nice dark green. We're going to have... Yes, our horses are going to be green. So start getting this base coat down, and then we can layer them, and then we'll get a wash onto them after that. Which is pretty cool. So, yeah. What is everyone working on tonight? What are people working on? What have they been working on lately? We've chosen to go for a few of the normal Glade Rider, like the normal horse heads, and then we put a couple of the Wild Rider heads on, just to give us a bit of difference amongst the models in the unit. It's just our base coat going down now on them. And then we'll start layering them up from this. So we started with a spray of Chaos Black to get onto this. And then we're just doing Caliban green. So it should be. So we've got the Wildwood Rangers painted up. We've got the Eternal Guard painted up. So now we'll do these, and then it's on to like the last three pieces once they're done, which is just our heroes. Oh, we've got the two banners to finish for the Wildwood Rangers. So then we've got like all our characters left at the end, which will be nice. Jay Durthu, hi, how are we, mate? Hope you're doing well. Just doing a bit of base coating at the moment. Oh, nice. Going to finish your frigate crew. That's awesome, man. Oop. As I drop one of the horses. So I've just got my Wild Riders drying over there. I sprayed them this afternoon as well. Not sure why. Riders. So work on them after. Yeah, don't drop the minis. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's not like I got more. I have more somewhere of them. Oh, nice. I have a ton of Lumineth to put together, if you cannot see. That'll be the project maybe after this, although going to go pick up Curse City tomorrow morning, so that might sneak its way in front. Lumineth is certainly on the horizon. Yeah, that's all what the wife got me. There's a lot there. There's a box of everything. Everything that came out, I got a box of everything. I got both books as well. And the cards. So, Curse City coming this weekend. That'll probably sneak its way in. I do have a Dreadfleet box over there that I want to paint up as well. Currently sorting out getting back into the battle report side on the channel, so we should have some more stuff like that coming soon. We're going to be recording up like campaigns and stuff for the channel. So we're looking at doing a Warcry campaign. Yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones where my wife is a gamer herself, so she gets my passion. Also, you know, this gets me out of the house. This gets me out of the way. She knew what she was marrying into. Alrighty, well that's the base coating done, so now we're just going to layer stuff up. So now we go over to Lorien Forest. So yeah, now we're just layering up all that color. Like Cities is definitely up there. So most visually appealing, like Cities, Lumineth, Stormcast. Like I really like the look of Stormcast. For me personally, I'm a massive Stormcast fan. I think they would be my top three. The ones that appeal to me least, Orcs, Flesh Eater Courts, and I think the first two are easier, like Orcs, Flesh Eater Courts. I'm not big fans of. Fire Slayers probably. KO, Doc, and IDK. Yeah, IDK are weird. Like I like some parts of them a lot. Some others I'm not really a fan of. So this is just going to take a bit of time, just layering up all this green all over. And so that's effectively what we're trying to do. We're just trying to get all the definition of the higher parts of the model. Boring forest. What would everyone else's be? What are everyone's like visually appealing armies? What armies visually appeal to you? Yeah, I'd love to hear what everyone's opinions are like. What armies do people find visually appealing? That'd be really cool. It's one horse. One horse out of 10 done. No, not quite as many today. Well, actually, I think that might actually. Give me a second. That might help. It'll be what it'll be. There's going to be days when there are better, days when there are not, but we've got to keep it consistent, and that's my aim at the moment. To keep the hobby hangouts nice and consistent. How goes working on those KO though? You said you're painting up your frigate crew there. Yeah, that is the idea. It's just got to get into a regular sort of thing. Been doing pretty well with it lately. Just getting regular stuff happening. Nah, that's a good, Chris. At work listening, I appreciate you. I'm spending. I know there's always lurkers that just put it on to hear the rest of the conversation. Oh, cool! You just bought off like one of the people who split the boxes up. That's awesome. It'd be good fun. I got my Cursed City coming tomorrow. I am really looking forward to grabbing it. Well, not coming tomorrow. Got to go pick it up tomorrow from my local game store. Oh, nice. That's cool though. I mean, no, we're not at a time where anyone needs to spend an awful lot of money on hobby. There's not much happening at the moment around the world. Yeah, I've got a Luminarch. I should finish painting up my Hurricane and then start working on a Luminarch. Yeah. No, all good, Jay Durfee. You go do what you need to do, buddy. I will see you when I see you next. Sounds good, man. So I think we're going to see Seraphon because that's in the White Dwarf. We got shown that Seraphon are going to be fighting Bielica at some point. So I think we'll see Seraphon. I think we'll see a mixed demon box. I think maybe we'll see Sylvaneth. And what else might we see? Like, I like throwing like wild cards in there. So maybe Fire Slayers is one that we might see. I don't get how you do an interesting Fire Slayer box without just making it too close to the Star Collecting. That's my issue with the Fire Slayer one. Yeah. So Chris, if you saw a Broken Realms box for Fire Slayers, what would it have? Like, how do you make that interesting? Yeah, like I think that's the thing. It's like that would be cool. Like if you could get if you had like 10 Hearthguard in there at a discount with a hero or two, I think that would be decent. I mean, I'd probably grab it to up my Fire Slayer numbers. I've got to start collecting a Fire Slayers that started painting, and I should finish at some point. No, Games Workshop paint is non-toxic. Yeah, all Games Workshop paints are non-toxic, excluding Contrast. Contrast is not non-toxic. All GW paints are water-based. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if I had like 10 Hearthguard, a couple of the other characters, it'd be interesting. Won't speak anything about Broken Realms lore-wise. I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, it's less than a week old, so I don't want to spoil it too much. Hive Tyrant Red, it is going well, mate. Nice to see you there. We are painting something that's not Wildwood Rangers tonight. Painting some horses for my Wild Riders. Not this Tuesday coming, the one after, we will be doing our Broken Realms episode on the narrative show, so that'll be fun. And then I've got a cool couple of episodes of Mortal Citizens planned. Next episode of Mortal Citizens will be fun. I have not read End of Enlightenment yet. I'm currently in the process of listening to it. I have heard very, very good things about it from friends. So I really look forward to getting it, reading it, and we will put a review up on the channel most certainly when I have read it. I have read Realm Lords by Dale Lucas, which I thought was decent. It's a solid novel, so I can recommend that one. But Strachan's got a really good record so far. I mean, he's only had one previous Black Library book, which was Warcry Catacombs, which I think is absolutely amazing. So his quality of work is 1 out of 1 so far for me. But I look forward to reading End of Enlightenment, or listening to, as I probably will. Slowly getting into 40k myself. I haven't actually got an army painted up. I've got some Eldar that I want to start. That's why I put up the thing of working on Eldar. Really interested to get into 40k. Age of Sigmar will always be my main focus. It is the game I like the most, but I'm willing to give anything a crack. It'll most likely stay Games Workshop game focused though. There will be 40k stuff eventually on the channel. Before I start doing content on 40k, like what I do for Age of Sigmar, I feel I should know the game a lot better than I currently do. So for 40k, I certainly will be getting into it. I've got an Eldar Force that's definitely on the near to close paint line. Probably look at doing some Crusade stuff on the channel. I think we put a poll up. I'm pretty sure at last I was pretty sure it was Biltan that was winning the how do people want me to paint my Eldar? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I cannot comment on any rule stuff for 40k. My knowledge is very, very minimal on 40k. Very minimal. I have heard positive things about a lot of the games. Tell you what I am interested in. I'm interested in like Necromunda and stuff like that. Dan, nice to see you there, man. No, I do not subscribe to White Dwarf. I just go pick it up every month from my local game stores or newsagent. My Space Marines that I've got, because I've got Indominus sitting there unbuilt still. Do need to get to that. I think I missed these horses' ears. Oopsie. Yeah, Titanicus has certainly been something I've looking at. Like, I really like knights. The idea of knights. No, I have not read Lords of Silent by Chris Wright. You'll find most of my recent reads are all the ones we've done reviews on. So if the channel doesn't have a review on it, I've probably not listened to anything recently. Listened to it recently. Ah, that would be why. I haven't read much 40k since Indominus. And the last time I really read 40k, I was working my way through the heresy, and then I fell away from the heresy, and I'm so far behind now. It's like, do I try to get back into it? But yeah, no, my 40k stuff of recent is very, very minimal in any part of it. Looking to get back into it, but it's finding that time to jump onto 40k while I'm not doing an Age of Sigmar or other game project. Yeah, anyone watching, what hobby are you working on at the moment? Love to hear what people are working on. Or what has been your latest project on your hobby desk? And if you'd like to, go share your hobby work over in our Discord, which is in the description of the video. You'll find a link to our little Sinful Gaming Discord server in there. Reading about Kernothi? Where are you reading about Kernothi? In Soulbound? Or something else? Just clicking around. Can't wait to read more about the Kernothi lady in Curse City tomorrow. That'll be interesting. So 9 Inch Charge is the dude I did the Settlers game show on the other day with. You're being pushed towards those wizards anyway with the rest of the army. So I don't think it's that big a deal, in all honesty. Most of them affect wizards anyway. So I don't think it's that big a deal. I think Settlers Game is decent. Like, I don't think it's terrible in any way. We were talking about like some cool ways to run a bunch of models. It once again gives more options. I think it's probably the best city. It's the only city where I can see a decent option for the Battle Mage on Griffin. I know it's not great. It's not the most competitive, but I think you could like make a cool Battle Mage on Griffin in Settlers Game. Yeah, I think that's maybe on purpose. Like a lot of the Luminous ones probably don't need the relics, or and they also can't take the spell. The Luminous Wizards can't actually take the spells either. Wizards are for the spells are for collegiate arcane only. I think Settlers Game is decent. Yeah. Is it the best city? No. But I do think it's decent. I think you've got some cool tools you can play around with in it that make for a very fun and interesting amount of play. It's like I was chatting with Dan last night. It's the sort of city you start reading more and more, and you're like, I want to play this. Like it gives me fun. Like I want to buy a Battle Mage on Griffin. And have that and play that. And I think that's like it's doing a good thing if it's being that into Lumineth for you. I think. It's going to allow you to play your city's models in a different way. Jeremy, glad you enjoyed the new video. Yeah, like there's going to be people who disagree with a lot of stuff in that video, and I think that's all inconsequential. What the video tried to achieve was showing how points can change a bunch of armies. The INF one, yeah, probably I maybe stretching a little bit, but I try to show that how like you've got particular units that are so out of whack with the rest of the force that maybe they can be reined in with points changes. But the Ossiarch one was like how there's odd point values in the army that lead to you being left over with certain things, which isn't suitable for an army like Bone Reapers. And you got things like Doc, where they're so close to being perfect that points may just tip them in that perfect level. Or you got things like Slaanesh, which is the exact opposite, where they're so far out of the realm of okay that they're not. And then Seraphon tried to talk the other thing that gets fixed with points, which is pitch battle profiles. So the unit size and battle line abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, like I'd say like the vast majority of stuff in OBR is that slightly overcosted, especially since now it doesn't have Petrifex to sort of crutch it. It can maybe see a few points drops here and there. Yeah, I'd love to see more Death Riders on the table. There was a really cool list that did really well at CanCon last year. With Death Riders, it was Petragash with Death Riders, so maybe not quite as good now, but that actually was the highest performing Ossiarch army at CanCon, 240 players last year, when OBR were at their height of their power. Yeah, like OBR, that was like sort of the point in the video of like OBR is like they're at this odd space where they always end up on these weird numbers. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like, so the +1 save was the catalyst to Petrifex being really good. The thing that made Petrifex really good was not only did it get an amazing armor save, it also got extra rend, so it had both offensive and defensive buffs at the same time. I think they removed maybe the wrong buff. I would like to have seen the plus armor save stay, but the extra rend disappear. Yeah. Like OBR were an interesting bit. Like OBR are still good now. Like they changed and like OBR are still good. Like I've got mates that play them and we just had like SAGT and they went pretty good. Yeah, crematorians were good for that 1 week where they hadn't had the before the FAQ on the Gothazar Harvester. OBR are still good. Like, believe me, they perform. I would put them in at like 7 or 8 in like 6 or 7 probably in armies, like in top tier. Like, they are still good. I watched them wreck face. SAGT. I think I don't know if War Clans are better. Like, because Bone Reapers can put out the same amount of damage, can be as offensive as Oryx. Not to the extreme, but they can still be offensive like Oryx. They can be fast when they want to be. Bone Reapers have the magic potential where Oryx don't. And magic potential is really important at the moment. Right. Unless you're playing like if you're on an army that either doesn't care about magic or isn't really good at magic at the moment, you're in a bad place. Yeah, but Oryx also can't take 100 more tech guard. That was a list that did really well at SAGT. There was 100 more tech guard on the table, and it just plodded its way to victory. But Oryx might have better hammers, but Bone Reapers still have hammers. Gyrocopters would do nothing against that blob of Mortec. Like, against 100 Mortec, Gyrocopters won't do anything. And then they ended up losing 2 Slaves to Darkness, of all things. Slave to Darkness army that actually ended up taking out the event. Or, yeah, like they're right up there for the best battle line. Witch Elves give them a really good push. No Archaon. Slaves to Darkness with no Archaon. No Archaon, no Marauders. Slaves to Darkness. Yep. Really, really. Yep. Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights, and Marauder Horsemen. Chaos Lord on Manticore, Chaos Lord on Karkadrak. I'm trying to remember. It was a cool list. And some Iron Golems. So Magic, I think the solution to Magic is having negatives for it. I think potentially bringing back a miscast table is a way to potentially curb Magic. Make there a risk to it. Shooting. Shooting is a more interesting one. I think you need to add penalties into it. Like not only like strictly being able to shoot the unit you're in combat with, but maybe your negatives to hit if you're in combat as well. Cover's not actually even one, man. Cover is you must be hollow within the terrain feature. I mean, that's the thing with the game. So what we're experiencing now is just early game thing. It was like this back in Fantasy when Fantasy first started and most armies only had 4 or 5 entries. Right. This will be part of the game, and eventually you'll see ranges fleshed out over time. Yeah, I don't think like Soulblight Gravelords is not a new faction. It's pretty much going to be Legion and Nagash remade. So that's not going to be a new faction. I think realistically, whatever Kragnos is, and then they seem to be showing that like these things we thought might have been factions. So like the Order of Azir really does seem like it's going to be Cities of Sigmar. The Kernothi really do seem like they're going to be Sylvaneth. Yeah, I did a whole video talking about how I don't think Kragnos is Konothi. Yeah, that's fair. It does seem like they're going to be bows though for OBR. Yeah, I mean, it would seem cool. Like, I like the idea of crossbows. It just quite obviously seems like they're going down the bow route, though. The fact we've got the Underworld Warband with one. I have put in a request from a local game store to make sure I get that Vampire Warband, though, because that is a sweet set of models. No big construct, yeah. Yeah, like, I think a Bone Giant would be really cool. I did a video. I've done a whole bunch of like wish listing videos on the channel that would be really cool to see. And I'm pretty sure Bone Giant was in there for OBR. Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a Bone Giant with like 4. What about even like 6 arms? Go like all like Gilgamesh on that. Or 8. More to guard his arms. Nice. All right. Well, that's what we're probably going to get done tonight. I need to head off and go to bed so I can get up nice and early and go pick up Curse City. So I will bid everyone farewell. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.